Hi guys, I decided to make the Dollar Tree preps video a separate video, just in case there were people out there who didn't want to watch it. Sorry, here's kitties getting in the way, as usual. I just want to share a few of the prepping type items that I get from the Dollar Tree. Some of these I get consistently, and so I just want to show you guys what they were. So this right here is a 2-pound bag of long grain white rice. I usually eat brown rice and quinoa. Those are my two main grains if I'm going to eat grains. And that's what I eat on like a weekly basis. But I do have some white rice. I mostly use it for making fried rice because fried rice is traditionally made with white rice, and that's how my family likes it. So this is a 2-pound bag, which for $1 is a really good deal. It's a pretty good deal in my area. Unless you bought it in bulk, it probably wouldn't be less than 50 cents a pound. So for 2 pounds of white rice, that's a good deal. I know that the Dollar Tree sometimes just has 1-pound bags, and that's really not the greatest deal. You can find it cheaper other places, but 2 pounds for $1 is a pretty good deal. So I went ahead and I picked up 1 bag of that rice. And then another pretty good deal for my area, I don't know if other people can get it cheaper, but where I live, these are pretty good deals. Dollar Tree has been having these 2-pound, see it right there, 2-pound bags of pinto beans. Where I live, a lot of times the 1-pound bag of pinto beans are over $1. So to get 2-pound bag for $1 is a really good price. I think even when I looked at Costco, getting it in the big bulk bag, it was, I don't even think that was quite 50 cents a pound. So 2 pounds for $1 is a great deal. I've bought this is probably my 3rd or 4th bag, and when I go back, if they have more, I may pick up a few more just to have. Dried beans don't last forever. If they get too dry, eventually they won't rehydrate. But I think it takes a really, really, really long time to get to that point. And so a lot of times I pressure can my beans so that they're ready to use immediately. Every once in a while I do make a big pot of like Mexican style whole pinto beans that a friend's mom taught me how to make, and those are really good. But overall, I usually home can beans. That way they're on the shelf and ready to eat. You just have to warm them up. So that's a 2-pound bag of pinto beans that I got. So these are really great staples to have. I mean, for $2, you already have like a little surplus that you can make meals for your family. Rice and beans, I mean, it's a staple in almost every other country to have rice and beans as your meal. And so I think Americans don't eat this a lot, but I think it's a good idea to get some and start making them and see how your family likes them, what spices and seasonings you like in them. Rice and beans can actually be a really great meal, and if you have a little bit of home canned meat like ham or bacon or pork or anything like that, you can put that in also as more of a flavoring than actual meat source. And the beans have a lot of protein, so you can stretch your meat by making beans. And yeah, if you make your beans kind of saucy, you put them over the rice, they're really good. So I encourage people to get rice and beans. Try making them now. Don't just put them in your cupboard and store them for an emergency. If you don't know how to prepare them now, and you feel comfortable making them now, and you don't know if your family likes and will eat them now, then they're really not worth storing. You should be storing things that you actually like to eat. And I do use pinto beans and I do use rice. So those are 2 things that I picked up and I like to store. I like to take them out of the bags and put them into half-gallon mason jars. Another thing that I almost always get at the Dollar Tree, especially if they have the whole milk, is I always get this Gosner milk. It's UHT Milk. It stands for ultra high temp. And so they pasteurize this milk at a very high temperature and then put it into these paper cartons. and they're completely shelf stable. You do not have to refrigerate this until after you open it. They're 1 quart for $1 at the Dollar Tree. So, so this 4 quarts is a gallon. So this is $4. That's more than milk is around here. A gallon of milk, traditional milk, is about $2.99 a gallon here. So this is about $1 more than traditional milk, but it doesn't go bad. So you can put it on your shelf, and there's the date on it right there. The 9th of January, 2017. So almost a year away. And then I believe it's on Gosner's website. If you read them, they guarantee their milks, I think, for a year after that date to not be like bad or rancid. It's best if used by January 29th, 2017, but you can use it up to a year after, and maybe it might lose some flavor or something, but it still should be good to drink. It does taste better cold, so if you serve it cold, if you're cooking with it, I don't notice any difference at all. I don't mind the flavor of UHT milk. Some people really don't like it. People are really particular. They don't like it, but I really like it. This milk is from Utah. Right there, it tells you it's from Logan, Utah. Made in the USA, all that. It says no hormones and all that on the front. So I really like this milk. I think it's a good quality. And to have shelf-stable milk on your shelf for an emergency is a really great thing to have. I also just don't use this for emergencies. I am single, and so I don't go through a lot of milk. So sometimes I get milk from my gleaning program, and I use that milk, and sometimes I can go through it, and sometimes I can't. I try to get half gallons if they have them, or smaller containers. But I really like this because then it makes it so if I decide to cook something with milk and I don't have any on hand, or my milk's gone bad, I always have this on the shelf. The Dollar Tree usually has the 2%. Sometimes they have 1%, and sometimes they have the whole. When they have the whole in the store, I almost always get it because you cannot order it off their website. You can order the 2% off of their website. A case of the 2% is 12. There's 12 in a case. So it's $12, and you can order it and ship it to the store, and so you can pick it up from the store, so shipping is free. But from Dollar Tree's website, you have to order a whole case. So when you look up things on there, you have to see how many are in a case, and if it's worth it for you to order a whole case. So I did that with the 2%. I have a case of 2%, and I do rotate through that, but I went ahead and just ordered that so that I didn't have to make sure that my store had it. These do sell out fairly quickly. I've gone to the Dollar Tree, at least mine, many times where this has been sold out. They don't have it. So they had whole milks. So I got another 4. I believe I have 8 up on my pantry shelf right now, so this will make a dozen, and I'll try and start rotating through those so that I like to keep a dozen on the shelf at all times. So I have a dozen of the 2% and now a dozen of the whole milks. And I think that this tastes way better than powdered milk. Powdered milk's sort of a last resort unless I'm cooking with it. Powdered milk to me does not taste very good to drink. When I make my homemade hot cocoa recipe, I use powdered milk in that, but just to drink straight as milk, I really am not a huge fan of it. I do have it in my preps so that I can use it if, necessary, or for cooking. But if I'm going to be drinking milk, I really like this Gosner milk. And then also I always keep evaporated milk as well for cooking, and you can reconstitute it to drink as well. But that's from the Dollar Tree, and I think that that's a really great prep to have on your shelf. So if you are a prepper or you like to have a well-stocked pantry, I encourage you guys to look at your Dollar Tree and see if they have the Gosner milk there. And then another thing I like to get at the Dollar Tree that's sort of a prep, but sort of an everyday household item too, is like Band-Aids and medical supplies and things like that. Especially since this brand is a name brand. There's 10 of these large plastic Band-Aids in there. And they're $1. I didn't think that that was a bad deal, so I went up ahead and picked up a box to put in my first aid kit. And I like to just keep those on hand and they have other metal, usually have gauze pads and roll gauze and tape and other size Band-Aids. They have rubbing alcohol and peroxide and things like that almost all the time there. So it's a good way to stock up and build up your first aid kit. And then another thing that's a great value at the Dollar Tree are these candles. They are, I believe they're supposed to be like religious, Catholic candles, I guess. They're just plain white candles though. And these candles, they have no smell. So if you're in an emergency, you're going to want a candle that doesn't have any odor. If you have no power and you light candles and they all are smelly candles, you are going to get a headache really, really fast. Especially when I buy scented candles, I buy candles that are very well scented. And so I can't have a bunch of those burning in an emergency situation. So these are completely unscented. They obviously already come in the glass to burn. You can see the little wick goes all the way down to the bottom there. I don't know if these are the most clean burning candles. They're probably not. But in an emergency situation, to have no smell and have it on hand for an emergency for $1, I think is a really good deal. So I went ahead and picked up 2 of those. And this is actually the first time I'm getting these. I know other people who prep use these, but it's a lot cheaper to get these than it is to get the emergency candles. I eventually want to make some candles myself, but I figured I'd get some of these for now. And I figure every time I go in, I'll pick up 1 or 2 until I have about 6 or 8 in the cupboard. And they'll be strictly for power outage usage. So I got 2 of those. So that's all the prepping type items that I got this trip at the Dollar Tree. Like I said, go and see what they have and see what your family could use. Don't buy food that you won't eat. If you eat rice and beans, great. Pick them up, try them, have them on hand in your pantry. Dollar Tree has a lot of little items that can be used for prepping. You just have to pick through and see what they have. They also have some name brand stuff there sometimes. You just have to kind of weed through everything and see what they have. So I hope this helps some of you. If you guys get any specific prepping items at the Dollar Tree, I'd love for you to comment below and tell me what they are. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.